This is the most hyped flagship launch, vivo X200 Pro and vivo X200. And there's a reason for it. Have a look at side by side the images of vivo X200 Pro against the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Be it nighttime, portrait, super zoom, it just destroys the iPhone. So that's it. Video over. Like, share, subscribe. Well, no. And there's a reason why this phone is hyped. I've been using the vivo X200 Pro for a week now. I took it to a special event, took 200 photos on this. And there's one interesting thing that I faced with this phone. Let's talk. Now, a good and sad news for India. Number one, there is no vivo X200 Pro Mini as of now. The good news is vivo X200 is here, which is not exactly mini, but it is an interesting device with similar specs. So we'll be mostly talking about X200 Pro first, then we'll talk about X200. I'll mention the differences and similarities. We'll also leave a timestamp so it's easy for you guys. With that out, Pratik, TechWiser, grab some popcorn. The voice is a bit harsh today. Cough and cold fever. Let's go. First of all, it's there. It's a big box. You get a TPU case, charger, USB A to C cable. Kudos to brands who still give charger in the box, but plus one here for Vivo because the vivo X200 Pro also supports PD charging. So in case you forget Vivo's charger at home, you can still use a PD charger or your laptop charger to fast charge it at around 30 watt, which is what we got in our testing. I mean, if brands have to remove chargers, at least make your fast charging standards common. Like, the environment and the user both will like it. And last year, we tried the vivo X100 Ultra from China. That was a crazy phone. Vivo didn't launch that phone in India, but this bad boy is that phone. Every smartphone photographer's dream. The vivo X200 Pro comes in this silver color, it's titanium grey. I was expecting that blue color to come, but it's just the titanium grey and Cosmos black. This year they have removed the curved display. You get the trendy 6.78-inch quad curved display. Most of the flagships we have seen this year has a flat display now. Here's a weird thing. 2 years ago, flagships had curved display, while budget phones had flatter display. But now it's the opposite. Coming back to the vivo X200 Pro, if you look at the phone, it's just all camera on the back. It weighs in around 228 grams. Now the weight isn't much on paper, but it constantly gives you the feeling that the phone will topple from your hand. It never does. Like, the camera is so heavy that I cannot balance this in the middle. But mostly the phone just hangs by the camera. Like, I can literally balance the phone by the camera module on this one finger. But that's the usual stuff. The most hype stuff is this camera system. So we are back again here outdoors because we wanted to test the camera. And again, this year a lot of brands have dropped the 1-inch camera sensor. So you get a 50 megapixel new Sony LYT818 sensor. The ultra wide angle camera is the same as last year, 50 megapixel. But now this year you get a new 200 megapixel APO Zeiss periscope camera. And that's a game changer. Now straight up, from any camera, the photos in good daylight condition come out sharp. We were at a wedding and everyone wanted to take a photo from this. It's sharp. Look at this portrait photo. It just doesn't feel like it's taken from a smartphone. Now I was interested. So we came out here to test the camera side by side with the S24 Ultra and iPhone 16 Pro Max. And it was either better or at times on par with the other two flagships. Even if you look at long zoom range shots at 100x or moon shots, it's either better or on par. Like, here's a 1x shot versus 100x shot. It's good. Now, most of the photos we clicked are in textured mode. Vivo gives you natural, textured and vivid modes. If you're someone who prefers natural color, you should go with natural. One thing that I liked here is no matter what lens I used in daytime, there's not much color shift. Now, again, what I absolutely loved is depending on whom you point the phone at, it suggests a mode to you. Like, suppose I point the camera at a person, it says try portrait mode. If I point it at a document, it says try ultra HD document mode. So I was rarely manually going between the modes and changing them. There's also this snapshot mode which we saw last year. It actually freezes the time if you're shooting a fast object. Like, this is a fidget spinner. Look at the output. It literally freezes the frame. There's also this new landscape mode which combines all pro camera, pro video, time-lapse presets, etc, etc, like everything in just one mode. Now the ultra wide angle as well as telephoto camera doubles up as a macro camera, and have a look at these macro photos. In fact, the macro photos are so good, let's play a guessing game. Here's the macro photo, guess what this object is. Here are the options, comment below. One more, let's do this. See, it's fun. Now there's also an astrophotography mode and it's 2 AM. This is Delhi winters. Now there's the tripod. Daily pollution is 6, so I'm not sure how good the output will be, but let's try. And here you will see the output. Like this is the output. We also took some time lapses which look rad. Also this year you have the option to take 4K HDR cinematic portrait videos, and you can also change the focus and blur level after you have shot the video. Also the selfie camera is 32 megapixel. This year finally it can record in 4K 60 FPS. Selfies in daylight come out good, but in slightly low light condition it's a bit soft. Now first impressions, cameras are one of the best. Like we have been covering vivo X series from X70 since last year. I believe their camera system is killing it. More on this in the conclusion. Now, performance is one aspect which is interesting here. You get Dimensity 9400 with 12GB LPDDR, 5x RAM, 250GB UFS 4.0 storage, flagship stuff. Now, in terms of Antutu, this is how much it scores. Now we tried this benchmark enough number of times, it's not touching 3 million for sure. In CPU throttling, the graph is slightly orangish, but day-to-day tasks, gaming was good enough. In fact, this year, Vivo was the first to push Android 15 to their phones. This comes with new FunTouch OS 15 based on Android 15. Now we had a dedicated video on FunTouch OS 15 features, but two features that are used quite often. Number one, search for pictures is improved. So now in the Albums app, you can search for photos by using simple language. Like I can just search scooter and it gives me scooter photos. A bit useful. And the second one has to be the AI eraser feature, where you can simply remove annoying people from your photos. Wish there was an AI eraser in real life. I didn't face any app crashes or anything. The only interesting thing I faced is battery. It gets a 6000 mAh massive battery, so on a very good day, the phone lasts 1.5 days easily. Like I forgot charging the phone at night. But few times it would just last a day with 5 hours of screen on time, which is like a 5000 mAh battery. So battery life consistency can be improved via software update. Now moving on to the younger vivo X200. vivo X200 is a slightly smaller 6.67-inch AMOLED display. It gets the same Dimensity 9400, 12GB LPDDR, 5x RAM, 250GB UFS 4.0 storage. Now, the vivo X200 has an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, whereas the vivo X200 gets an optical fingerprint scanner. Again, the vivo X200 gets a 50 megapixel triple camera setup, so it has a 3x telephoto camera. Again, here are some camera samples from the vivo X200. The vivo X200 doesn't have wireless charging. It comes with a slightly smaller 5800 mAh battery, but that in itself is huge. Now, how are these vivo X200 flagships? See, I believe if the X200 Pro launches under 1 lakh, it's a really good flagship phone to consider, especially if photography or camera is your first choice. Whereas the X200 will land somewhere like 65 to 70,000. Now, please let us know if you want a dedicated camera comparison. I'm really interested in this video. And here's what's happening. We always say Apple, Samsung, Google have better camera processing, better software, they always win. But there's limit to that software game. This right here has better hardware than everyone else. Plus the camera processing is now improved. So the hardware is so far ahead of the other three that they are now struggling. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. If you have questions about the X200 series, comment below. We'll answer all of them in the next 1 hour. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.